We have a community school, and the community school has 170 learners. And this has been on for many years. They only have one classroom. So think about it. 170 kids, one classroom, and one teacher. Where on earth, even in hell, can you have this kind of arrangement? I've never been to hell. Even if it's crowded there, how can you sure have 170 learners, grade 1 to grade 7, and with one educator? And this is Zambia. This is a district. And to make matters worse, the same community school is a polling station. Parents come to cast their votes in the same classroom. That means government officials have been here. That means that the people from ECZ, they've been here. That means that district officials, including the DC, has been here. Can you see that this country is wasting money? How can you have a DC in a place driving a nice Porsche car and keeping learners of Zambian parents? These are Zambian citizens. You keep them like sardines in one class. How can a teacher, one person, teach from grade 1 to grade 7? This is the worst kind of slavery, modern slavery by our political parties. And it even becomes a concern that you can have a vice president or the president of the country coming to campaign in a place where you have neglected education. When I came here, when I saw the condition of what was going on here, and especially that we have donor countries that have been financing us, and we are stealing the money. You know, I was moved as a citizen. I had to swing into action. I decided that we are going to put up 3 blocks, 3 classrooms. And what you are seeing here is the work by UPPZ. This is not work by the government of the Republic of Zambia. Because for them, they are specialists in stealing donor funds. So they are not able to do what we are doing. What you are seeing here is the work of the UPPZ president. Look at the blocks there. We are working with a community. I want to build this school because government of PF has failed the people. They don't care about the Zambians. They only care about their votes. This is why when it is election time, they will be coming with their T-shirts. Can you, for heaven's sake, keep your T-shirts away because you bring a president on a T-shirt who doesn't move. It is the people that must move the president on the T-shirt. This is why there's no production. There's no development. So what we are saying here is that the state of education in this country has reached the worst levels. How can the president still keep the Minister of Education in her position when this minister has failed woefully? I don't think of any country in the world where you can have 170 kids in one class and you have less than 10 desks. How can you have a school like that? And the place is there. There's a big space that you can do that. That shows you that we have leaders who are wolves. They have come to devour this country. They have come to destroy this country. We all pay our taxes, but the question is, where are our taxes going? If education of our children cannot be a priority, then what is the priority? If you can buy a fire engine at 1 million, why can't you sacrifice just $1 million to build up a decent school for the people of Zambia? This is the reason why I have decided to move around the country so that I can see what I can do in my capacity as UPPZ president. I want to see how I can help. Because the Republican president cannot help. The cabinet cannot help. Parliament cannot help. So if all these institutions cannot help, then where are our people going to get help? We have embarked on a program where we want to build 10 mission schools in every province. I am compelled, instead of taking the new boarding school to Mangungu, I am going to set up the boarding school in Kaoma, because this is neglected. So we will be putting up a state-of-the-art school from grade 1 to grade 12, and it's going to have boarding facilities. Already I have secured land here in Kaoma. We will be starting with that project, because education is the first thing that should be on the mind of any political organization. If you cannot educate your country, you are destroying the future of your country. If you cannot allocate enough funds to education, it means you don't know why you are in leadership. And I'm challenging the government that the time has come. We need Zambia that will give premium to education, because that's the only way we can develop this country.
Lizina lyange yange po mundanya msolo. Ma problems ya tuli nao, twakala na bukalu bukebo baticha batuli nabo lika bamolika ngaba kebo bakuba avala kani chinabana basikola bene bana kabe kulilongesa kana wa munanga ngo bakebo bachikulia ngo bakwenda bungenzi ngo chuma nendiaha banaena kulanda ku mapeni za hano asikola sizana kuwani wanango ngabo hangabe na bana basikola kabisa na kulilongesa. So bukalu bwakama butuli nabo bwaticha omolika tunakatala kulomba maticha buno ni government wabo kutwabela ku teacher nambe babali nambe batatu linga bali kwase 1 to 7. So tulinabo mu bukalu obyumo. So tunasansela ko kuli ba president ba Chanda kubyuma bizeba natupangela ngongo abo hanu ha Kaposhi polling station. Tunatuma miaka ya yingi mukuyandalika tunakuyanda nsimbu yose bunoni chimweso chibala tumwesa ngwengo abo ba president betu bachanda chinatumwesa kubyuma ngwengo abo party bakasa kukatupangela kukulutwe nabikwabo na waketi ngwengo abo ebilika. So jina sansi yako chikuma ngwengo abo kubyuma bana tupanga ko ba president betu bachanda
kashweka kaunda ukalu butuli nabo kuno kumbo lyetu na malazi Kaposhi sikola yetu ya 2005 taputukira aja mpamu kuchikulo kuje kuinea hano tungeni masikole tungeni sikole yetu atunguije tungeni mabinjo ya maluti tunatungubije tunelo maluti kupale ya 2025 tunakufuatia alika maluti muluti oweja ho kumuholesa ma 20 kwacha hate munatemu 20 kwacha chotuli mubukalu MP bana kuija tukutuboteleni yetu mibwesa kwa yenu tunakuabotela bati bilingiwa byahi eyo to tunamono bachanda baneja bana kutubwesa sikola yetu baneja na kutubwesa kwa yetu baneja na trend na kutubwesa kwa yetu abana kuja matangoshi bana kutuleka lika mukanwa cho bachanda baneza na poniso ya kutulekesa cho yetu muno mutuli tunakukanda chikuma bachanda eyo kanda tumune muna umeboshi bane bana kuija batumune ngechimwa bachanda tunakubakandira manene bachanda bana tuzikia bana betu netu babaina bana tuzika bana tuana majekete bana tuana bimbongo chimwa tunakukandira manene sikwa yetu hii woshi bana kuija kuwesi na kupanga hivi bana pangevi bana kutukwisa kusalika miaka yoshe cho chipo bachanda bakema na 2021 yetu tunakuabotela bakema batu manisesi wetu bakema 2021 tunakuabotela hangana kobe ya hulunge tunetumubya chivi tunakumona byahi kaya ndolika na bana betu binjo bije munakumuna bina kupola maluti bahi ngecho bana handeka muluti naye kusikwa na kulanda mapeni kumangango bana wasikwa bana tumama kubanga noho ime namba balilongese chobuke bukautu nabo kuno kumboli yetu mutu mwene ko sikwa itu ihwe mututungire inga ihwe tunatumane ne mukayando yetu bana kazi muna tumwena buno kumembo mafertilizer tunakuyanda maloni kutosina kwa mona kuifutia kwa tulika tunakwaziba yetu kubesi na kutunela byo mbecha watukwisa lika atulingireni tuminela mwani maloni mutambula nini wana kazi biyanga makwasha tumakwasha mwamu tunakuyanda bana betu bamwe banatuma mahembo masikola bimbongo ya kuafutira byahi eyo totona kandi abachanda batunehelevi zolo pili tunakutonda mzi wakulu mwanya kya tunamanuswila
ili zina yange Kasanga Chihinga Chiembele chakulibanga ndikwetesa kusansela kuli wa president bachanda kakwesi yala nawa itunamononge chimwa chanda keti mumuzungise chanda fuma 64 na nsimbu ino hanja semukila yange hanunjina 54 years na chimwa chinjina munu chahi twasi bangwe tu miusokuli kufuma Queens kuhetana nsimbu ino ange munjina semukila muno be muna malazi munoni batata bose bisemi bose banahu na chimwa chakumona chahi ngechelya bene Yesu Kristu na monongozi kuli bachanda hamoye kuze kumusenge ino Zambia ababali mu Zambia tuchili muwele nsiki keti mupitise chanda neza mukutufumisa muno muwele nsiki basezele bisemi byetu twazibango ati muntu mwakopanga byuma byachili baziba kwa boka be kumuzanga ange tunakulombelela bachanda batwale kulutwe tunamono kubyuka kuli bachanda njambi abatwa menene kuno kumangango kukaposhi mwamono bukalu maticha tunakubafeta Mwanza bezini ya Mwanza itulina kufeta maticha ikeni tuli mu Zambia maboti tulina kubota mumolika na bakwetu bali ku matauni maboti yetu hanga semu manje etukuno kwetu maboti yetu anakuya mungocho mukwako hanga watsililile myako yote bisemi bachikuyoya simbu yakulingangwa makampeni mukwakwa ulimwa chili ansimbu yakulingangwa makampeni twabahye mukwakwa wapihya wose mpumputa katikuhita momu mukwakwa wakutsa bati enu yenu mwapande kutibyukisila mukwakwa so hakumona bachanda twabyukilila na mbunga yange yose tunabyukilila kuli bachanda mwamono mbunga ili hanu yabanike balina kuyanda ikengwa butunemema heusi etukunuhanga tuchikunwa mema amazilo mwamunwe mbunga ili aha yabanike kabesina kuyoya bwino balina kuyoya makayando tulikuli muchifuti mukamutuli ikeza mbya imolika aba kubyukilila aba kupihilila tuwa bose twapandele tukale draw mwafatuli Zambia yetu imolika kati tulinge one Zambia wanilizanga mena tuwa twalingile one Zambia one nation tuwa bose line imolika tuye keti mutuzangele nsimbu ya maboti bachanda twabasansila nanzibo mwayimonwe bali mwena muno mu Zambia tuna kukomelela muzinzibo ya zimbanze muze mulina mantimbu balina kusuma banike kuya kuimba mibila yose bimbulu hano asikola tukutonda pompi tukutonda chipatela banike bekula habola hamuna sengunuka mukono kubanga tuye kumangango tukale na transport ngweyahi uzekanike tuna muluzu biya bakatulongesa kulutwe bachanda balina kohela banike njikuyilukiraho nangwange keti mubazungisi etunamono kubyuka kuli bachanda kufuma oko kuba kukulira kune haino katwa mwene nabi banapange na bachanda tukuziwa ngo timuntu kwakupanga byachilike kaba kumuzinda njambi mutu amenene chanda mutu amenene tukamone bize bili kulutwe yanasweka akatusolwele byo eti mahedman tunakuyanda mwamono munjazalela momuze bati yange headman area nduna wamanduna bose mwamono chikatuloka njesi nacho vikoblo yange bya mazilo kumutwe nakabemba kakuteula zimbongo zahe muke munjatira kupa mze headman ange kadi yange voters card yange njikumuhya bati bakeo bakazalela ho machili angalia bene voters card njikwenda ha mikono na njinga kanjesi nayo vika bapande watu yayo kasingimiko hake hanja manesela. God bless you bachanda.
Well, thank you for that question dealing with the campaigns in Mangungu. We have done our best. We have done our homework. And I think the greatest thing that we have done is that we have reached the people from where they are, not from the streets. We have gone to their villages. We have interacted with them, and we have sold our manifesto. And the villagers or our people in rural setup or in Mangungu constituents, they've realized that we have what it takes to be able to bring development to Mangungu. And take, for instance, there are some projects we had started before the elections. We are the only political party in Zambia at the moment. When I'm saying the only political party in Zambia, that includes PF. PF is a political party. PF cannot point at any school they are doing. It's government doing it. PF will not point at any clinic that they made before they came into power. So at the moment, when you look at the history of Zambia, since independence, there is only one political party that has embarked on projects before going to State House. Look at most of these political parties. Even these ones who have been participating in elections, how many schools have they built? How many clinics have they built? Only UPPZ is doing that. It's because we love the people of Zambia. It's not about having money, because some people interpret that, no, maybe you have money, you have funders. UPPZ has no funders. All that UPPZ has, including its leadership, is the love for the people of Zambia. We care for everybody. Whether you are in the rural area or you are in urban area, we care for a Zambian citizen. We care for the most vulnerable. So we have been able to show love in Mangungu. We have gone to places where you can never see a minister reach there. Most of these our leaders, they fly when they come to places like this. Why do they fly? It's not because they are too busy. They fly because they are in their comfort zones. They don't want to get or to experience what the people experience. But we have gone beyond that. And because of that, we have become the darling of the people of Mangungu.
But Mr. President, one would argue to say when it's time for elections, you see these political parties touching village by village, place by place, and then this is what you are doing. Don't you think it's just one and the same thing? You are seeing people when it's time for elections.
No, it's not. We came before the elections. Just a few weeks ago, I was in Southern Province, in Dundumwes. There are no by-elections there. So we are moving around Zambia, not because of elections. And remember, we do not even have any seat in parliament. We have no access to state funding. It's because we want to see the problems the people of Zambia are passing through. So that's the difference between UPPZ and most of these political parties. These political parties, they only surface when it is election time. Once they win or lose, they will say bye-bye. But for instance, look at UPPZ. We have embarked on building of schools. We are not going to abandon those projects. We will continue working in the community regardless of the outcome of the election results. Why are we doing that? We are doing it for the sake of the neglected people in rural Zambia. So there is a difference, and I think it's a matter of time. You will be able to see that the difference is vivid.
Okay, and then how is the ground for UPPZ in Mangungu? Is there a difference, or have you drawn out a different plan as it was in Kasenengwa?
Well, you know, the thing is, we are learning, and as we participate in these elections, we are learning and we are also improving. We know the mistakes that we could have made in Kasenengwa. We know our shortcomings in Kasenengwa, and we have perfected those. The good thing about the Mangungu constituency is that the people have welcomed us. There is no village where they've chased us. These other friends are being chased from some villages because they are strangers. They might be in power, but they are strangers because the only evidence you can see is a T-shirt of the president. That is all you can see, no development. So for us, we have an advantage in the sense that we have been welcomed by the people, And we do appreciate them. We have shown them love, and that love is something that will stand the test of time.
And then still going back to the ground, it is believed that the Patriotic Front has flooded in a lot of police presence in the area. Hasn't that disadvantaged you in some way as far as um, campaigning is?
Well, not really, in the sense that we need to be objective. The police are here to protect all of us. And it might not be the best for anyone to demonize their presence. I'm sure you are aware that this is one of the very few by-elections where you have PF and UPND not fighting almost 4 days before the end of the campaign. And I think we have been a factor because we are proclaiming peace, because we have an upper hand and we have resisted confrontation. There is no one to fight. So we don't have a problem with the police. In fact, we do welcome them, and we appreciate their services. And at the end of the day, it only becomes a challenge if the ruling party wants to use them to their advantage. But I think we need to applaud our men and women in uniform. They are doing a great job. They are sacrificing. Some of them sleeping in the bush, which is not easy. And I do hope and pray that government will make sure that these police officers are paid immediately the elections come to an end. Because there's a tendency when these our men and women in uniform, after sacrificing so much, after giving up their services, then there is a problem. They are not paid. So I am pleading and requesting the president to ensure that the money for the officers that have flooded Mangungu, it must be paid without even reducing the amount, so that our men and women in uniform will be able to discharge their duties in the future with, that kind of excitement.
And then just a week ago, we heard you on media, both social media and also print media, complaining that since the vice president and the president are coming to this place, you were asked to stop campaigning or not to campaign on those particular days that these people will be here. How has that issue been sorted?
Well, I'm glad to inform everyone that ECZ stepped in, and that kind of arrangement, that, to me was actually very backward and very barbaric, was averted, and we are able to campaign freely without any sort of intimidation. It's just a worry that if I never spoke about it, then today was going to be our last day of campaign. Why? Because one party wants to ensure that they have the supremacy. But we need to avoid that. Institutions must be able to, handle all issues under their jurisdiction, free and fair, and without any due influence from whatsoever source. So we do applaud ECZ for taking up their stance that campaigns must continue, and I'm hoping and praying that such will not repeat themselves in the nearest future.
And then coming back to your candidate, we know that there is a belief to say this is a bedroom for the opposition, UPND, which gives them a higher chance of getting the seat back again. And also, PF is doing everything possible that they can get this seat and probably do a shame to the UPND. What different thing is UPPZ going to do, put into the fact that if your candidate is put on this seat, he scoops this seat, what difference will you make?
You need to understand, when you look at the 4 parties that are participating in the by-elections here in Mangungu, we have 4 candidates. Now, when you look at the 4 candidates, one of the candidates has his roots outside the province. So he is not from here. Of course he's here. He just came here to do business and found himself to be part of the province. He is not even part of the province. And apart from that, we have another candidate. This candidate is from this place, but very popular in his village, not in any other place. We have another candidate who was an MP before. And there are a lot of complaints that the way he treated citizens when he was MP, the citizens, they detest just hearing his name. And now coming to our own MP, he is born in Mangungu. He went to school in Mangungu. His parents are in Mangungu. His house are in Mangungu. So this is a child of the province, a child of the constituency. He understands the problems, the struggles. Now, I'm sure you are aware that especially our women folk in rural Zambia, they are the most people that are exposed to extreme suffering. And he understands that water is not nearby. Most of these women have to travel long distances just to fetch water. Apart from that, he understands that when you're talking about children, these kids are exposed to a kind of primitive kind of education. How do you have a school with 170 learners, grade 1 to grade 7, one classroom, and one teacher? And you have a minister of education. And you even have a president, because when we are saying a president, the president is the shepherd. The president cannot be taking care of the schools in Lusaka and the Copper Belt, and he forgets about the schools in Western Province. Then do we have a leader? Because a true president wants to ensure that he knows about the state of education. He knows about the children. These children here in Mangungu are children of Zambian citizens. They deserve decent education, but there's no one taking care of that. There's no one looking after their interest. So that is why we felt, let's get to parliament somebody who understands the struggles of these children. They don't even know where to go. They have no idea. So if we get this person to parliament, he will be able to be a voice of rural Zambia. It's unfortunate that most of the members of parliament that we have, and I want to challenge all the parliamentarians, especially those who are having constituencies in rural areas, are they really rural? Or it's a question of town mouse finding itself in the bush? Because we need to understand, if these parliamentarians are from rural Zambia, they should be able to speak for the people in rural areas. You know that rural Zambia depends on agriculture. Government changes the prices of maize. And I'm shocked that even the PF parliamentarians from rural Zambia, they cannot oppose their own government. They will say, no, it's policy. My friend, my MP from Lunte, my MP from Chadiza, you know that your people from Chadiza, they are farmers. Your cabinet is reducing maize. You cannot speak for your people, but you want their vote. A time has come. We need parliamentarians. If you are a parliamentarian from Kasenengwa, you must know that the people in Kasenengwa, they are depending on maize. So you can be able to tell your government, even if it's a policy, to go along with the decision of your government. You can say, no, we are making our people in rural areas to suffer. So we are saying, let's get leaders from rural areas. We must not import. Don't import a town mouse and bring it to become a bush mouse. It doesn't work out. Let the people who are in the rural areas give us leaders. And when these leaders are in parliament, they will speak for the people. And that's the only time Zambia will be able to experience a change. In fact, I'm going to warn the PF government. This thing of selective, handling of constituencies, it must come to an end. If the PF government will try to make life difficult for my MP, I will come in as president and develop this area. I have the capacity. I have access. In fact, I even have access to people that can help us build Mangungu. So if the PF government will be frustrated, will be angry to make sure that they make my MP to look like a non-entity, it is not going to work out, because we will finish all the projects here. We will build the schools here, and this Mangungu will become the best place. When we get to 2021, people will look to what UPPZ is able to do. But remember, whatever PF is doing now, they might be in opposition in 2021 if they are lucky, because they might not even be in opposition. They might not even have members of parliament. But if they now begin to mistreat other parliamentarians, cannot give them access to CDF, they must remember when we get into power, we have to see what to do. But remember, for me, I do understand if you are a president, you are not a president of your political party. You are a president of the whole country. And this is where President Lungu must show fatherhood, must show leadership. He must make sure that development goes to every part of Zambia. Are you aware that Western Province is one of the least developed provinces in the whole country? And yet, that is where we have our vice president from. So, which means that cabinet does not even care for their vice president where she comes from. Because if the government cared, they could have said, no, 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 no. This is our first ever female vice president. Even if we are not saying Wako Nwako, but let's take development to Western Province. It's not there. This is why the people of Western Province, when you say one Zambia, they will look at you and then they'll say one side. You know why they are saying one side? Because development for PF is only in Lusaka. Lusaka is Zambia for PF. This is why you can afford to build roads on top of roads. When the roads here, look at the Kalabo Road. It has never been worked on. When they hear that there are elections, then they bring their useless graders to come and grade the road. Where have they been all this time? We don't have leadership in this country, and that's the truth of the matter. But we are saying Parliament must just do the correct things. If they try to oppose my MP, I can assure you, I will come in and develop this area for the sake of the people of Mangungu. And into a serious adult. Because UPPZ is the only party that is born with teeth. We have made big parties to run around. Even here in Mangungu, PF is not sleeping because of UPPZ. How can I be a crybaby? We have made them to have sleepless nights. Okay, you can imagine what is happening around. The only thing that people are not comfortable with is because I bring out real issues. Our politics are not politics of babies, of bellies. We want to put to book. We want government to account. And we are offering checks and balances, which most of these parties are not doing. So when I bring out something, it's not being a crybaby. I have seen things on ground. Now remember, we have 4 political parties that are campaigning in Mangungu. Are you aware that I am the only president who has been in Mangungu for more than 30 days? So I have seen a lot. I know what's happening. When I'm talking of experience. I know what I'm seeing. I know what I'm able to see. So it's not being a crybaby. Just last week, PF brought in bales of Saraula. They kept them in Mongo there. But I was able to speak about it, and somehow they have coiled back. So what I'm saying here is that when you bring out issues and people are uncomfortable, they will call you a crybaby. I have never seen a normal person who will be protecting his wife from a baby, the neighbor who has a baby boy, and say, no, this baby boy can take over my wife. That's what is happening. People are afraid of UPPZ, so they must not even call us a small party because we are able to compete with parties that are funded by the Chinese. We are able to compete with parties that are funded by people from outside. So UPPZ is no longer a baby. We are among the adults, although still too young.
Okay, and speaking of you being the only president that has been in Mangungu for more than 30 days, what has prompted you or what has moved you to come and reside with the people of Mangungu and these other guys that are campaigning, their presidents or people of higher ranks have not even dated the area?
I have seen something, and I think I need to speak out. You know, our leaders, they are so much afraid of rural life as if their parents never lived in rural areas. Maybe they were born in America, even their parents. Even when they come here, if you see the number of policemen accompanying them, as if we have got dinosaurs in the constituency. Or we've got those huge animals that swallow people. They can't freely walk
even to see their own people. In fact, you must ask these leaders, when last did they go to a village to see their relatives? They are always thinking about security. You are afraid of going to Mangungu, that no, somebody is going to kill you. What about the people in Mangungu? Why are they not killed? They are still there. Are they animals? So for me, I have been able to overcome that, imaginary fear. I want to see what the people are going through. When I become president, I want to know that I need to solve this problem because I saw it. I've seen how headmen are neglected. You have a headman who has got no shoes, and the councillor has got shoes. In a village, the councillor doesn't stay in a village. A councillor has got the latest, iPhone X. That's a councillor. And the headman has not even got network, which means he has got no phone, he has got no network. But how are you going to know that? When there are problems in these villages, it is the headmen who are running up and down. The councillor is far away. This is why I'm saying we want to change the law in Zambia. We will not have councillors in villages. That's why I'm saying, Zambia, give me enough MPs so that we can change the law. The headmen must be the councillors themselves because they've been doing the work. So why I'm here is because I want to see what people are going through. How can you have a headman? Since he voted last time, it's the same shirt. What time does he wash the shirt? And then the councillor will come with his suits because government is paying him. If government can pay the councillors, the government must pay the headmen because they are the ones doing the work. And so this is why I'm here. I want to see what's happening. And apart from that, what is motivating me to be here? When you look at Zambia, Zambia has a problem. And when I interact with people from various tribes, I can see their frustration. Look at Western Province. You've got the Mbundas, you've got the Luchas, you've got all these and the Lozis. But we cannot have a situation where one tribe wants to control all the tribes. We can't have that. The chief of the Mbunda must have the same power and authority like the chief of the Lozis. You can't reach a point where one tribe must submit. You want to have a ceremony, you must write to you must write to Mongu that no, we want to have a ceremony. I want to end that. Every tribe must have the chief, and the chief must be the head of that tribe and must not be submitting to another chief. This is what I want to see in Zambia, and this is why when you interact with people, you are able to see the pains they are going through. And I can assure you, I have seen the afflictions of the people in rural Zambia, and I want to be a solution.
Okay, and then coming back to the projects of the mission schools, which you've embarked on, and these schools will be in all the 10 provinces of Zambia. How far has that project gone?
Well, I have good news for the country. We have people that have come on board. And these are people that watched my program and they saw my concern for the education in Zambia. We will be commencing with the construction of the schools very soon. Every province will have a boarding school. And that boarding school will be linked to agriculture because we want to see how we can combine agric and education together. So basically, the project is going on well, and we have reached a point where we'll be signing agreements so that we can embark on the project. So I'm excited. I want to see mission schools back on track.
And then lastly, as we wind up, just your concern on an issue which was raised of police stations now being subjected to ZESCO prepaid meters, meaning that if the tokens are out, then the police station is blacked out.
Some of these things, when we hear them, it's like a Nigerian movie, You think it's fiction. And some of our citizens, when they hear that there is this thing, they don't believe. They just think that, no, we are just watching a Nigerian movie. But things are happening. You cannot have a state company selling electricity to another state company. I mean, a state institution. How can the police have prepaid electricity? So the day the units will go out, it will be dark. And we've got police cells there. Supposing that people escape, supposing crime takes place there, all I can tell you is that at the moment, Zambia is in wrong hands. Until we face that reality, if police stations can have prepaid meters, what will stop the hospitals from also having prepaid meters? Then, who is in charge of Zambia? Who is Zambia? And that is a question that deserves an answer, although no one is listening to that.
Okay, I know I said last, but just within this week, we saw PF youths in the Copper Belt, particularly in Dola and Kitwe, doing a protest against the so-called xenophobic attacks on the Chinese after when there was that riot of the rumor that Zafiko has been sold. What the PF are doing, or that protest, was it in the right call? Them supporting the foreigners, which is the Chinese, and leaving out the Zambian citizens who are subjected to high poverty rates?
You know, I have repeatedly made this statement that the problem we have in Zambia, it's not the citizens, it's the leaders. Those were instructions from the people who are dining with the Chinese. These people that are having access to Chinese money, they are the ones who gave those instructions. And it's very easy to influence the youth of Zambia. And that's my fear. Just one kajirijiri for a youth will make him become a monster and can do anything. A youth in Zambia, especially for some of these political parties, if you just buy beer, you can even undress. That is how far these leaders have destroyed the future of Zambia. Where are our intellectual youths? The youth that can reason. Where are the young people who did not leave school at break time? And you can see these political parties, they target the youths that left school at break time. They forgot that the bell rang. They didn't go back to school. And now they can misbehave anyhow. All I am saying here is that let us not confuse our future generation. We are busy selling the country, and we are making the youths not to see that we are selling their own country. 2030, where will Zambia be if we don't stop this thing of selling our country to the outsiders? Zambia needs a change.
Your last words.
My last words are that I want government to seriously think about the levels of poverty in rural areas. Our people in rural areas are suffering. They cannot even have access to washing powder. Now, they can't have access to water. When you are talking about hygiene, now you can imagine if there's no washing powder and there's no soap, what do you expect? What are we doing to the country? So I want to appeal to the government. Levels of poverty are so high. Let us see how we can improve life in rural areas so that our people in rural areas, they will also feel to be Zambian. We take ballot papers everywhere that everybody must vote. Why shouldn't we give them the basic services? Why should we deny them what their friends are having? Here in Mangungu, go to Mangungu Central. You have electricity there, passing through the main road, and the villages around there, the children have never seen a bulb in their own home. There is something wrong, and Zambia needs a leader that can make every citizen feel that they are Zambians. Thank you. So you can see the challenge that is here. And look at all these young children. Today, the teacher was called to go somewhere, and I think it's because of the elections. Then, because it's one teacher for 170 kids, grade 1 to grade 7, if the teacher is sick, the school will be sick. And I am informed that this shameless PF came, and they are telling the people that no, Mr. Chanda will not finish the school, so you must vote for us. How immoral can people be? You failed to even dig a foundation. I dig a foundation because you want votes. You are now cheating the people that no, Mr. Chanda will not finish. I will finish this school. We will roof it and do everything. You stay where you are. You don't care about the Zambian citizens. You don't care about the people in rural areas. For this time around, stay where you are and leave us to save Zambia, and Zambia will become a better country.